So last time what we were doing is we were talking about why the US healthcare system costs so much. And we were going through different reasons. So we went through unlimited health. Do we use the hospital more? Answer is no. Do we use doctors more? No. Do we pay more for prescriptions? Yes. Pay much more for prescriptions. And so we'll talk about that next week, or today or next week. So we're good. Administration costs? Do we have higher administration costs? Yes, much higher than the rest of the world. Too much technology. So we talked about defensive medicine. So defensive medicine is when you basically unnecessary type of diagnostic tests are performed, or other types of things are performed that aren't really necessary, but they're done just to feel guard against being sued, against doctors being sued.
Don't just talk to your listeners. Spark a dialogue directly on Spotify using Q&As and polls to keep fans engaged episode after episode. Turn your listeners.
All right, let's see if I can get my pass visual.
And that is too much to demand. It's
I dare you.
Do we have any
I'm out.
expensive?
Oh shit.
Ready, set up, ready.
And then I think we just
The shells. Mini
so
combo.
what it is basically
Bitch! Fuck! And I'm so ignorant, I can't.
So what he did is he went
Bitch?
to areas.
I see.
El Paso has one.
You have the exit. You have the exit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then they're expensive per person. So he went to go see. These two places are very why is one close to the other?
Bitch.
Can you get off me?
Bitch.
And so when he is,
No.
it's not you.
I know.
That's all. They don't necessarily.
Pussy? Pussy? Meaty?
What you did find is
Oh, you can't push it. It's like,
and so there's been this
That's it. I got it. This is so cheap, man. That movie. It's 0.3, it's 14 frame low. It's negative by itself, but you just call Cognalis in the jail. And the corner you get a full combo. Yeah. I usually think Cognalis is best assist. Like, easily. You get to do some shit. You just call it low hat, you're like,
but for
oh, my, I'm thinking I'm like, sorry. Yeah, in the corner, I get a full combo.
Ah, sheep.
And think about the ways there's more discretion.
Stop.
So the hospitals, they have worse health outcomes due to insurance. So it means that it's not like these tests.
I know.
And then it's
Break the armor. Man, that might have to be so stupid.
That's part of the
just adopting
Fuck! Punish?
So why does it take?
No, it does. Yeah, it's like one.
So why are we here?
I'm not breaking.
We're to see this. It seems to be is that
What just happened?
specifically use the more likely
Oh, fuck.
so you'll see this in you see this in
No, this definitely has to be a brutal. He just rushed through this. We're just playing neutral. We're playing neutral.
Those that are going to do a test, and I want you to get on straight. And that testing is it's every time you get on the test.
I think we're in an Airheads commercial. Want to skip
So
it?
that's
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Jed. Back over here on some more Mortal Kombat 1. It's a new season of Mortal Kombat 1. Pretty sure the Combat League stuff ends up getting reset. Yeah, the levels don't. Okay. So this new season is called the Season of Blood. There's some new stuff over in the Invasions mode. There's a bunch of new seasonal items, also new regular premium this color pass. Get the fuck out of here. No, you ain't. Okay.
then
There's like 0. I'm not. I'm really like boys sides like that. If you go, let me know. You Modern Warfare 3 Omni-Man. Alright, there we go. I figured it out. Oh shit, okay. Beat the shit out of Johnny Man. Alright, there we go.
the salary is assigned and the number of times that you've seen something. So the price you pay and the number of times you've seen something.
Figured it out. Oh shit, okay. Beat the shit out of Johnny Cage, cause fuck Johnny. Okay, so we go boom, boom, boom. What the fuck? What is this? Hold on, wait, what is this move? You just hit him with your chest? 12 frame startup, 20 frame recovery if we miss. Obviously it's gonna be punishable that way, but that's it. 7 frame standing mid, 7 frame down 1. Or is this a high? It's a high. What the fuck? That's a weird move. It's just one button like that. It looks like I'm pressing it like twice or something, but that's just one input. Interesting. Near 14 damage with that. What the fuck? 12 frame startup though, and we don't know how it is on block. Alright, there's a regular grab. You got a random meteorite. That's the one that's like boom, 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 and then like sends him far away, right? It's like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, knocks him away. It's a mid. It's a launcher. 12 frame startup. 12 frame mids. Oh man, I really wish that Sub-Zero could get that. What the fuck? Decent frame data in terms of like mids and stuff like that. That's nice. Some advancing stuff. This is +3. This right here. So that's like his safe one. But the rain, you have to be like in their shit. Okay, so if you're close enough, he goes around. But from far away, yeah, you don't go all the way around him from far away. That's an interesting move, but it is an overhead. I can assume it only grounds him though. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, I thought it could be a thing where you could like, a lot of the moves in this game where you could just do the same string, but it just knocks him back immediately. Not very good range. I'm used to being able to touch people from this distance with Sub-Zero. Something will hit, some either like real low kick or even his downs from there. Oh! Can we do boom, 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 boom? Okay, 25% right there. All right, no problem. Just a little, you know, boom, 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 boom. Something off of this. We need to get something off Mega. What about from here? Can't hit from here. One step. All right, that hits from around. It adds a little bit of range, but it's not full screen, because if we go back here, it's starting to miss now. Viltrumite stance. Press one button. Okay, so from this stance right here, you can do one move right here, which is a Shiva stop. This move, which is a grab, so you go... Oh, and it turns into a launcher, so we can go like, boom, boom. Hey, whoa, wait, wait. What the f... What the fuck? Oh, wait a minute, wait! Yeah. Successful with this shit. I'm gonna get over, not safe at all. -5 safe, -6 safe. Ones are like that, and 0, no way. Oh yeah, okay. Woke up. It's mad. I thought there was a gap in there. I thought I could down one. My fault. Swing the overhead out there. Fuck it.
And so there's all these different. So when you're in the gym,
Okay.
or just the overall.
What the fuck happened to my light? I swung that shit from downtown! I shouldn't have brutaled, I'm sorry. What the fuck happened to my light? I want to try Omni-Man on them, but it's not like they're bad. They know their combos. Like, you there? What's up? Okay. Wake up. Finally. Dude. No! Grab her! Fuck! Got her. Alright, well, I mean, she's breaking on shit that she... I don't know why I did that. I'm breaking as well.
But it's really inaccurate to basically go through this one, because then some patient has something very complicated. It takes a lot more effort. It doesn't necessarily, it's going to pay the same amount as someone who just has something simple. So it's sort of hard to figure it out. So what hospitals tend to do then is they tend to kind of do a mixture of this, is that they'll tell you is that they've got some type of this type of this number of pills that came in, and they'll say you have this many tests, and they'll say you have like 3 nights on a certain ward, and they'll charge you. They'll say that there's a cost per night. And then you have
I can't beat this guy with Omni-Man. If I can barely beat him with sub and I'm struggling with sub, no way I'm gonna beat him with Omni-Man. I gotta try to find somebody to play Omni-Man into, but I'm just gonna get my ass whooped. I don't even remember Omni-Man's shit anymore, to be honest with you. They ended up changing the Combat League sets from 1st to 3 to 1st to 2. So instead of a best of 5, it's a best of 3. Oh, Omni-Man! Yo, let's go! Let's go to Omni-Man! Yeah! I forgot about the cameo setups with this guy, but he doesn't have a lot of lows, and they're not safe lows either. So I feel like if I can mix shit is unsafe as fuck, though. Okay, you got me, bro. Do it! Oh! Slowy runs with it. Oh, hey! Okay! Oh, what the fuck? Oh, you got me. Dude, I just want to land one cool combo. I couldn't even see. No! No! Just grab him! Fuck! Dude, that pink is crazy, though. I can't believe they got that pink on him like that. Okay. He's got it down way more than me, but hey, at least you guys get to see Omni-Man, I guess. GG's, everyone.
So, why is our care expensive? Because prices are high. Prices are high because we use too many unnecessary services. So if you ask, well, why are prices so high? It's because when there's and I might ask, well, why is it that there are no limits on prices and the number of services that people use? I mean, that's not all the truth. Like insurance companies that negotiate negotiate with hospitals, they have a limit on the price. They don't necessarily have a limit on the number of services. That's technically because so they can kind of control price, but it's hard to control volumes. That's what's really tough to do. So why is it? Well, one is just that, why don't other countries face this? Well, because the U.S. has traditionally relied upon kind of a competition in market system within healthcare. Like in other countries, we don't sit there and they don't have market systems for their healthcare. They have the government comes through and sets price and controls prices. But not in the U.S. In the U.S., we've always sort of, the federal government has always just backed off and trying to control prices like that, except for Medicare. And part of the reason is because, if you come through and you say, well, we spend 20% of our income on healthcare, the rest of the world spends 10%. We're spending twice as much. Let's go through and just do what we have to do to reduce our prices by 50%. Reduce our cost by 50%. Right? So that's a reasonable thing to say. The problem is that, well, it's not like just reducing the costs. It's like someone's income that you're losing. So for example, one way you could reduce costs is to pay doctors less. Doctors get paid twice as much as in other countries. So you can come through and say, well, from now on, we're only going to pay doctors half of that. Well, if doctors would scream, they would not be very happy with it. You could say to pharmaceuticals, we're only going to pay you half of what it costs right now. What do you charge me? They would scream. So the problem is that it's all someone's income that you're trying to reduce. And when you're trying to reduce someone's income, it doesn't work well. So that's part of the reason why we haven't seen anything change, is because we're kind of stuck in this situation where, where there's a lot of people making a lot of money off healthcare. Okay, so what can be done? Well, first thing, just remember is that the amount you spend is the prices times the quantity, right? It's the price you pay times the number that you use. And so what you could do is that you can limit prices. Right? So you can try and say, we're not going to give as many salaries, so doctor salaries are going to go down. We're going to say that we're not going to pay for drugs.
Okay, mic is on. Beta-alanine tingles are starting to kind of hit me. I forgot to add the beta-alanine for the last 2 lifts in the pre. Oh my goodness, dude, a 2-day break, and now I'm really fucking feeling it. It's like, it's just kind of a wave.
So what you could do is put it into prevention, right? So you could sit there and say, well, what we're going to do is try and get, we're going to either come up with drugs, like what's the new weight loss drug, what's it called? A new weight loss drug. You can expect that in another year, that's going to be very widespread. Because what the argument's going to be is that, well, look, if we keep people thin, is that then they're less likely to get diabetes, and so they're less likely to be positive in the future. So that's one way of kind of lowering costs, is to try and keep people healthy. And then the other way is to reduce unnecessary services. So find things that people don't need and reduce them. So no one disagrees that those things are options. The one that's more controversial is, well, more difficult is how do you reduce unnecessary services without reducing necessary services. So for example, we could cut medical expenditure in half tomorrow, just by telling half people on medical, you're not going to get medical. Right? So
Of heat, kind of tingliness from like the back of my head forward to my face. Which, I mean, it's a little bit annoying, but not that bad, At least I don't have to deal with like
And the question is, how do you go through
an itchy, you know where.
eliminating
I'm not in the gym
unnecessary
reaching around
stress?
back there scratching at it, but I do kind of get it all in the face, and a little bit of the back of the hands. But for some potential extra endurance mid-set, get an extra couple of reps out, worth it to me. Worth it to freaking me. I kind of matched the fucking pre-workout today. I used 2 scoops of the Roaring Grape Bloodshot, and then 1 scoop of the Bubblegum Grape Hostility. I'm purpled out. I'm purpled out right now. But plan for back and rear delts. I'm gonna keep following the method of kind of doing the workout until satisfaction. So I'm not just gonna get a back pump and then say, okay, I'm pumped, that means I'm done. That's not what's going through my head when I end the workout. You know, I'm kind of thinking to myself, okay, I feel fatigued enough that I think I've really stimulated the muscle. You know, I'm fully pumped, of course, does play a little bit of a role. And then, you know, with back, I'm gonna make sure I hit my whole back. I'm not just gonna do pull downs and just hit my lats. I'm gonna do an even mix of pull downs and rows, you know, back and forth a little bit. So I was throwing around a lot of weight on bent over barbell rows in the past. That was usually a staple opener for my back workouts on the last bulk, which I like the movement. I can really load up a lot of weight, throw around a lot of weight, have a ton of tension on my traps and lats. Plus, it would pretty much start me off to a solid back pump every time. You know, I can't remember the last time I didn't get a good back pump. But kind of following the same logic on why I don't deadlift, I think I'm gonna kind of chill out with the bent over barbell rows, because sure, it's a really good way to load your back. It's a solid rowing movement. But I feel like the fact that I've got to support myself by way of, you know, flexing my glutes, my hamstrings, my lower back, you know, I think I'm just kind of wasting energy, which I'd rather kind of put into, you know, a more stable row. So chest supported, honestly, I would probably prefer, like if this gym had a like T-bar row, chest supported, you know, where it's kind of 45 degrees, you bend down on the bench, and then you take the weight off of that little pin. If this gym had one of those, I would be spamming that. But seated cable rows, I do feel don't tax my whole system, even if it's really heavy, as much as the bent over barbell rows do. So I'm still gonna do the seated cable rows, and then pull downs, pull overs. I don't really need to do any shrugs just because my traps are developed enough. You know, I used to do shrugs a ton, pretty much every back day. Either, well, even though you can do it in different ways, I feel like at the end of the day, you're just doing shrugs. So if you're doing it with a dumbbell or a barbell behind the back or cable or whatever, it's still a shrug, man. Your traps don't know if you're doing it with a bar or with a dumbbell. All they know is they're getting flexed and they get a lot of tension on them. So with some muscles, you know, I bring this up a lot, there's not a lot of ways to hit them. So there's no need to hit them in a lot of ways. Side delts, I don't mind doing a whole workout of just one side delt exercise, be it dumbbell lateral raise or machine lateral raise. Calves, all I do is calf raises, you know? Either seated or on a calf machine like standing or in a leg press. Because what's your calf doing? It just goes from, well, pretend this is my foot, it just goes from here to here, right? It's not that complicated. So same logic with back, even though I am going to do lat, you know, pull down style movements as well as rowing style movements. Let's say I do some, you know, lat pull downs and I like the way they feel. I'll just use one handle, 3 sets, and then maybe I move on to the seated row, just do 3 sets there. You know, if I feel like I'm fully pumped, plus I pretty much hit the whole back, I might just call it. So I think that's the basic plan for once I get in there. The gym is only like a minute away from my house. I'm just kind of taking a roundabout way, but I'm stuck in some kind of traffic. There's a cop up there. Yeesh. So, let's just get started. Let's see what the first working set is going to be. All right, so honestly, I really wanted to start with pull downs, but the pull downs are, let's just say, occupied. So instead, I think a little wider than shoulder grip, straight bar rows, heavy as possible. Make sure I go pretty much as crazy as possible, and I'll decide if I want to do another one here or just move on to a pull down based movement. Okay. Let's do one more like that, and then move on to some kind of pull down or maybe a pull over. Not exactly sure. All right, let's do some kind of pull down base movement. Even though that was the stack for the first couple of reps, I was trying to focus on getting a full contraction. But of course, as I get more and more fatigued, I'm not just gonna rack it as soon as I can't, bounce my chest. I'm gonna try to go till I can barely move. But let's find something lat biased. All right, I'm gonna make use of my surroundings and get a quick spot on these. So once I can't really get to chin level or so, I'm gonna get a little bit of assistance just for that last portion of the rep. So with these, I'm not just gonna try to throw around as much weight as possible. I'm actually gonna, really squeeze it.
Yeah, come on. Come on, give me some more. Come on. Come on.
Two more. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's perfect. Thanks.
Thanks for the back work.
Oh my goodness.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Three more. Yeah, okay, that's good. Oh my god. Holy shit. Thanks, man. Okay, so I feel like I'm freaking pretty much fully pumped, but I do want to finish it off. So I think a lighter than normal set, well, not lighter than normal, but light-ish set here on these rows. Really focus on squeezing. So I really just kind of finish off the upper mid back pump, and then I think we go get in the posing room and check out what's going on. Okay. That might have been a little bit too light, but I think that's a good finisher. Let's go check the pump. Only 5 sets, if my math is right.
A fraction of a raindrop. 3 grains of salt.
All right, so after only 5 sets of pull downs and rows, kind of in alternation, no drop sets, no fancy nothing, I feel pretty satisfied with that lift. Subjectively, now I'm not saying this is correct. I'm definitely not saying 100% that this is a correct assumption, but based on all my years lifting and all my culminated knowledge and experience, whatever, I feel as though that was an effective workout. And if I were to do a lot more volume, I'm starting to think that I wouldn't really get any more muscle stimulation. So that's just my current opinion and kind of thought process. And over time, it's going to fucking change. But in combination with that change, I should also see improvements. If you change up your training style and you're also, getting bigger and better every couple of months, after every couple of months, then clearly you're doing something right. Now, if you're the guy who's constantly changing his split and his routine and I'm going to do German volume training. Oh, no, I'm going to try some Mike Mentzer low volume. If you're constantly changing it up, but you're not getting any results, then clearly you're fucking doing nothing. Nothing but churning time. And you got to remember, you've only got so much of that. So when it comes to training, apart from the fact that I just want to get, results on a consistent basis, right? I guess that's all I'm trying to say. I want to get results on a consistent basis. So I'm going to look at my results and the current training method and whatever else that I'm doing to get them. And if they're both improving, fuck yeah, man. Or even if the training style is the same, but I'm still making improvements, then that's sick. I guess all I'm really trying to say in a very roundabout way is make sure that your training is getting you the results that you want. Because if you're not getting results, then your training is ineffective, And that's up to you to discover. That's up to you to realize and adjust from. But let's stop delaying the pump check and then get on with this fucking lift. Oh, goodness. So, that might get off. Those spotted pull downs, I like that a lot. I'm definitely gonna fucking get spots on my pull downs from now on. I can do good sets of pull downs on my own, but that extra help just to get down to that fully squeezed position, dude, it's just fucking burning. We gotta lose the tank. I don't even know why I put it on. Now it's just extra sweaty for no reason. But let's see how we're looking back pump wise.
Sorry to put you through this. It's so good. It's finally realized. Because, I'm just going to close this thing out. I said, okay, that's fine. Listen, if you could just give me a piece of it, we're not going to charge you. If you could just give me a piece of it, just like you.
Oh my gosh.
Closed out the same. I said, no, I'm not going to do this. So I didn't, and they never called me. So someplace over there in the hospital, I'm on some block.
All right, now the same 2 fucking poses, but just in reverse.
What it means is that hospitals go through this all the time. They have a process. So if you would, I like to know things like, if I was really having whatever it is,
All right. So I can't really see the back lat spread or the back double bi. I'll have to review the footage. I've been meaning to bring in a mirror like with sticky pads or something, and put it on the wall so that I could see my reflection of my reflection and make on-the-fly adjustments like that. That'll kind of help you pose better. If you care about all this lifting shit, then you're probably going to be constantly looking at yourself shirtless, taking pictures or whatever. So if you're concerned about your posing, who gives a shit? But actually, contrary to that little state, you kind of do give a shit. You want to look cool. So, I don't know, just try to copy what other people do. You know, I remember I used to do my side chest real kind of closed in like this, but now it's gradually kind of improving. Whatever. The longer you do it, the better you'll get at it. Just focus on trying to get big instead of looking big, right? Like, if you're spending as much time editing your pictures as you are actually working out to get big for the picture, I think you've lost track. But let's go get rear delts going. So this may come as a surprise. No laying face pulls. Instead, for whatever reason, on the reverse pec deck. So moderate weight. I mean, still kind of heavy. Just kind of burn out. Honestly, I mean, just look. So I did look over the clips of that last little post session. My shoulders are fucking overpowering my back. So I think shoulders are probably going to leave the routine. At least side delts. Maybe now. I don't know. I'll have to see. But, I mean, what's the point of having absolutely monstrous shoulders if your arms and your back aren't, caught up? You know, you kind of. I want everything to be in proportion, if you get what I'm saying. So, just because shoulders are taken off doesn't mean I got to push the gas with them. But we'll see. I'll see how I feel, because I do like having big shoulders. But I want big everything.
Vitamin services, what this means is that so it doesn't have much test. And that's what I mean, Medicare.
All right. Let's just do one more.
So what they don't want is
Okay. Oh. All right. Let's go check the pump. All right, it would seem that my luck still has not failed me. And this little... So this isn't like a separate room. It's just kind of like a little corridor off of the main body of the gym. I don't know what it was actually made for. Maybe stretching or whatever. But perfect lighting. Perfect friggin' lighting. So let's... 4 sets of reverse flies, pretty heavy on the pec deck. Just see how they look. With side delts, usually I do kind of prefer going, I don't want to say light, but I prefer using a weight that's within my abilities to do, reasonable reps. But with rear delts, I kind of don't mind throwing around a lot of weight. It's almost counterintuitive because it is a smaller muscle than side delts. But I don't know. I feel like maybe the fact that they kind of come into play with my traps and my mid-back, maybe they're just extra strong. But, fuck, what do you think? The shoulders nice and rounded over? Certainly seems like it to me. Let's get a side tricep.
hospitals all over the West.
Oh.
So there's not that many hospitals there.
So not only are rear delts, for one thing, just standing up, they're gonna give your shoulder a cool, rounder look, but they also add to all sorts of fucking poses. So I guess front lat spread not so much, but rear lat spread, you know, they're fucking poking out. It's a whole little ball of something right up here, just making your shoulders look taller and wider. And they also come into play in any fucking, you know, side shot. Like, you know, side chest with a big rear delt, you know, your shoulder just creeps over the top of your tricep. Whereas if it were smaller and unpumped, it would kind of give you a, I guess, a smaller look. You know, I'm not like too in tune with all my actual bodybuilding poses. Because I'm not a, I mean, in technicality, I'm not a bodybuilder. I've never competed. But kind of just a high level lifter right now. But, you know, it is cool to fucking.
Let's see. Big pharmacist.
I feel like I was about to say it's cool to be big, as if that's not already fucking implied. But yeah, man, I mean, fucking shoulders pumped, biceps slightly residually pumped from back, just because it is hard to take them completely out of the equation, even with straps. Not to say that you shouldn't use straps. I'm a fucking huge straps advocate. And then back, I still feel a little something. I still feel as though I'm relatively, well, no better word than swollen. So I'm gonna go sit on the calf raise for as many sets as I need until I feel pumped. Then we get in the car. We are done. No. All right, done.
So the pharmacist before they
No. All right. Here, hit me with my rebounds. Get my rebounds. All right. All right, a little under. A little under.
So the question is, one,
Just run it back. Let's get out of here.
Mobile games are going big. Clash of
All right, we are freaking done. I actually spent a while in there. Chatting, hooping. What was that? 1 for 5? 20%? Not incredible, but whatever. Not like that's going to affect my back, rear delt, and calf pump. So now I just get to go home and eat. Changing up the diet a little bit. Changing up the diet. Instead of getting my typical, 6 assorted Krispy Kreme donuts, they've got some sort of seasonal ones. So pumpkin and like kind of apple pie style. It's kind of cool. Quickly digestible carbs in my eyes, as well as I've got half of a ribeye that I had earlier, and then I'm probably gonna make another one in a little bit. I do think that leaning towards red meat is not your worst bet. That's what I'm beginning to believe. Red meats, or ground beef, some steaks, plus some eggs with the yolks, of course, omega-3s. I think the omega-3 is legit, man. I've been doing a ton of fish oil, too, in the morning, like freaking 8 capsules worth. Maybe it'd be better to spread it out throughout the day, but whatever. So that's probably the plan for the post-workout meal, some steak and donuts. And then I am thirsty. Even my whole jug with some Silo 9 today was not enough. I need to fill that thing up. So I'll probably have the steak, the donuts. I'll definitely make some rice too. I am going to need some more carbs. But I'm going to probably have a liter or 2 of water at the same time. I'm thirsty. And you got to remember, all these carbs and proteins and everything else in your blood, it's got to get siphoned around with water. You want to be properly hydrated. You need to be a machine that is full of fluids and electrolytes to make sure everything is moving around properly. Plus, apart from just general performance benefits, you're just going to feel better when you're fully hydrated, man. And I'm talking about water with electrolytes as well. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a headache. Actually, I could tell you the last time I had a headache. It was like 2 days ago because I didn't drink enough fucking water and I didn't have a little electrolyte mix combined with it. I woke up and I was like, oh, I kind of feel like my head hurts a little bit. What's going on here? Boom, dehydrated. Immediate cause and effect. So, sure, it's a little, oh my god, I almost hit this guy. Sure, it could be a little cheesy to be walking around with your gallon jug, at least in other people's eyes. But who gives a fuck what they think, man? You gotta stay hydrated. You gotta make sure you got enough fluids in your system to contribute to a freaky ass pump later on in the day. And if walking around with an empty, whole milk gallon jug is how you gotta do it, then that's how you gotta do it. Yeah, probably go home, eat that. It's 9 o'clock. It feels like it's midnight. I think I'm getting hit with the with a daylight savings effect. It feels much later than it is right now, which is kind of interesting, but whatever. Not freaking ever. So tomorrow's gonna be arms. Depending on how I feel, I'll throw biceps in again. I can tell the right one is just slightly tweaked, and I don't want to do anything to perpetuate some kind of tear. Because the last thing you want to do if you're hurt is to just try to keep pushing through it, and then instead of making progress, you're just increasing the severity of that injury. And then after a while, you're going to have to say, all right, holy shit, I'm really fucked now. This always fucking gets me going. If you go to the same gym around the same time on a consistent basis, you're gonna you're gonna end up being chummy with everybody that's around there. So I'll see dudes all the time, and I know, like, all right, this guy's always talking about his hurt rotator cuff, and I'm like, dude, hey, what are you hitting, man? What are you busting at? He's like, oh, I got some chest, but dude, my shoulder. Dude, my fucking shoulder hurts every time I bench, and I'm watching him fucking set up a bench on a rack, and I'm looking at him like, all right, what are you freaking doing? What are you doing, man? Come on. Just as much as you do want to, push through it, you've got to have the presence of mind to really analyze your own situation and say, okay, pump the brakes a little bit. I'm just going to end up getting fucking hurt. I always talk about some shit like, I've said this before, like, I'd rather get hurt from training hard than not get hurt from training soft, which to an extent, I do kind of believe that. Like, I want to train as hard. Really, the notion that I'm trying to get at with that little phrase is just make sure you really push it. But obviously, I don't want to fucking get hurt. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid. That's just going to interrupt my training, and that will affect the pump. Right? That fits the criteria of something that is going to affect my pumps. So that pings my radar loud AF, and I go, holy shit, all right, I better take some action. I better make a smart move here instead of getting hurt worse and then turning, maybe a couple week tweak into a lifelong fucking situation. I mean, I know your dad complains about his shoulder all the fucking time, or he's had some shoulder injuries. Do you really think that's just from, and also let's couple that with, like, he's been lifting, or he at least lifted for a while when he was younger. You really think that's just because that's what happens? I'm a little bit more inclined to believe that he probably fucking did some shit that hurt his shoulder, and then instead of stopping, doing his rotator rehabilitative work with maybe some bands or some light dumbbells or some cables. A little side note, anytime my rotator cuff gets crunchy, which it has happened before, especially when I bench with a very wide stance and I flare my elbows out too much. I've been good about that recently, so my shoulders have been good. But it has happened before, and it's put me out of benching because every rep is like, it's fucked. But every time I've done that, I don't bench, or I don't do anything that hurts it anymore. I'll still try to do some chest activations with cable press or, pec deck, or just something. I'll do something that lets me stimulate whatever muscle is impeded, but that doesn't hurt it, of course. And then every time that that's happened, when I do my little face pulls, light with a cable and a D-handle, and then some rotator stuff like this, or with a dumbbell or even a band, whatever. Every time I've done that for a while, it's done me good. It has freaking done me good. I mean, that's my warm-up now, every chest day. So starting to think that that is not the worst method to go about, I don't want to say bulletproofing, but strengthening your whole shoulder situation, your whole shoulder anatomy. But yeah, so I'm sure that, you know, he fucking kept doing something that hurt, pushing through it, and now looking back, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably shouldn't have done that. So, train as hard as you can, but if, whatever circumstance you do happen to get some kind of tweak, don't fucking make it worse. Don't be a fool. You know, back off a little bit. You're not a chump for backing off if you know you're fucking hurting yourself. Because that's just, you're just interfering with your own gains. And that's just your ego that kind of wants immediate satisfaction. Like, I'm not injured. I'm just gonna keep pushing through it. This isn't gonna stop me. Right? That's the mentality in your mind. But, you know, it's just not the best way to go about it. You gotta have a little more, you gotta be a little bit more enlightened and know, all right, the next couple of months I'll be back to normal, but gotta back off this, that, or the other for now. Always the best move. Always the freaking best move. So, I don't know what I was planning on talking about, but it turned into a little bit of an injury rant. So tomorrow, cardio in the morning, of course, and then arms, tries, buys, potentially, as well as forearms. Calves today was pretty good. I did some leg, I did some calf raises on the leg press to start. Couple single leg, couple double leg, and then I went to the seated calf machine with the, you know, the plate loaded. Oh god. Yeah, the plate loaded one for a couple, so I think I did 5 sets for calves. And after those 5, I thought to myself, all right, fully pumped, feel pretty stimulated. Let's freaking roll. That's about all I got. So this morning's weight was 245. So we'll see how that changes over the next couple of days. But I think that's just about my fully carved up weight. So obviously the starting weight technically for the bulk was like 230, but there's a, you know, a weekish, 2-ish week spike in weight getting up to my fed state from, you know, my flattened, depleted, dieted state. So really I'd almost say that the start of the bulk's weight is about probably 245. And then just have to freaking see where it goes from there. We've got a couple of solid months. I just gotta make sure I keep my fridge full and the stove cooking. And I think that is all I freaking got. So if you're doing your cardio now, you're a baller. If you're not doing it, then you know how I feel about that. So get a good lift, get a good pump. Pretty classic advice. Pretty freaking classic advice from your friend Sam. So I'm freaking see you next time, playa. It's not that much.
When we find patient 0 and we chop him up to carry with us, it won't undo what he did, but damn, it's gonna be.
Might be really financially disadvantaged. And so you want to make the thing big enough that they don't want it to happen, but not big enough such that it's actually going to financially harm them. And that's the challenge that you face with this. That if you want to use contracting to change the way the healthcare is provided, is that you always have this trade-off between, on one hand, if you have a big kind of fine for them, so trying to incentivize them to do the right thing, but then the word is that if they don't get it, that then they can be financially strapped. On the other hand, if you go through that and make it too small, is that then they won't get it. Okay. So summary of this then is that there are different types of ways that you can also just sort of change the entire system. So for example, you could do like Singapore. What Singapore does is that they have different tiers of hospitals, and that you choose the one you want to go to, and then you pay money basically into a fund, and that fund then funds your healthcare. So there are different ways to do it that require that sort of change the entire system, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right. So that's the input cost in financing. I think it's not an exaggeration to say that since 1970, cost of financing has been the major issue. And it's definitely, going forward, it's been a major issue. So it's just ironic that in a class like this, when you talk about the organization of the healthcare system, you end up talking about cost of finances because that's what really drives so much of what you use. That drives what our healthcare system looks like. With that, so let's go through the questions. So what do you think is the answer? How do you say A? B? C? D? Installation problem. So it requires that you basically argue with the doctor with your agent. The second one. A, B, C, D. D is this. Because basically all these things are just different ways of modeling things. All the same. Yeah, that is yet. So I think it's A, B, C, D, C. Because the first one, we'll talk about that when we talk about pharmaceuticals. But Bitter Pill is really about this one, about the difficulty. Okay. How do we say A, B, B is.
Whoa, Steve, what's up? Hey, man. You know, ever since we bought our used truck at Car Bravo.
After picking a fight with Penguin Zero, this terrible finance TikToker ruined his online career so much that he'd shamefully delete his TikTok and announce that he'd retired from making viral videos. He went by the name of Jason Wojo, and if you look up fake social media guru in the dictionary, his face will probably be there. Jason's Instagram has over 900,000 followers, although given he rarely cracks 2,000 likes and 10 comments on a post, it's no surprise that roughly 75% of his followers are fake accounts that Jason's likely paid for. The content itself is equally bad and predictable, being a mix of his luxury cars, motivational speeches, and advice from his seminars, which might have also been staged to give him false credibility. Bro created 30 reels from one webinar, looks like everyone was a paid actor, stupid can't even fake it right. On top of this, Jason might be the first guru to brag about his cars in an Instagram description, although there's plenty of evidence to suggest he has no money at all.
Your checking account should be close to $0. And if it's not, that's a problem.
On his Twitter, Jason claims to have generated 100 million online, although that number was significantly lower in this video.
I'm 25. I made like probably over $8 million so far in my life, and it's just really not that hard to make money.
While on his LinkedIn, it's even lower again, stating his net worth at exactly 3 million. If he's telling the truth about this, his $500,000 car collection is either rented, loaned, or downright stupid, as is his $40,000 watch, which he bragged about only one day after stating this.
People who are actually making money don't have to act like it. It's called stealth wealth.
However, the most damning comment against Jason is one from his former editor, who wrote, "Have been working for Wojo from past 3-4 months as video editor. First 2 months were very good, but after that he didn't pay us all, and now he's not replying to anybody of us and has blocked us. So please be aware of this fraud Wojo, who call himself a multi-millionaire, which he's not. If anybody knows him, please tell him to pay us." An excellent YouTuber called Marky then reached out to one of these unpaid editors, who provided a screenshot where Jason claimed he couldn't pay as, "My Wise never worked, PayPal is down, international purchases my Amex won't accept, Upwork won't work, even Cash App, Venmo